My name is Rhapsody. What? Fuck. 5, 4, 3. Welcome to part 2 of our Paladin deck. Episode 153, I believe. 154, perhaps. If you somehow managed to get to this without seeing part 1, you'll be able to find a link to part 1 down in the description below. It's going quite well. It's really about sticking our early board. Kind of just like flopping out our early cards and then just hoping they stay there. Because as soon as they're all removed from the board, we're as we found out in a mage game that took us down to 3-1 rather than 4-0. We don't have any swing. We don't have... I mean, we don't even have Hammer of Wrath. We could use Hammer of Wrath to swing right now. We just don't have
I will fight with honor.
that card. Really hoping to draw one of my 1-drops. Actually, not even the Argent Squire. I'm really hoping to get, at this point, off the top deck, a 2 or the Zombie Chow. So that's a 1 in 27. Would I have developed Avenge on that turn? I think it just makes it way too obvious to my opponent what the card is, right, if I develop Avenge. Hey, the Ogre Brute might accidentally kill that. That would be really interesting. It has one shot. One shot, one kill. Now it has a 33% chance to kill it. Oh, there's my shade. That's a 3. That's a 3-mana creature. So if it kills my Ogre Brute, that's fine. And then my opponent uses the 1-2 to kill my 1-1 and they develop something on 3 mana. I'm still behind, and I still need some swing to get back in the game. But that's manageable. The biggest play that would put me in the game squarely would be if the Argent Protector hits my Ogre Brute. So I'm buffing my Ogre Brute with the Divine Shield. And then I miss the attack on the Haunted Creeper, and then the 50-50 forces me to hit the Ogre... the Shade. Actually, no, I would hit the face, because it's still a 50-50... It's still only, like, 25, actually. Oh, what? Yay. Alright. I'm gonna set myself up to actually be able to kill my opponent's Shade of Noxramas. Oh, God. Okay, so that's checking for Noble Sacrifice, which my opponent now knows it isn't. They also know that it isn't an eye for an eye. Now they know it isn't Penitence.
Not on my watch.
Which also likely means they know that if they even take a single second not to attack my face, they're going to lose. Unless they have, like... Oh, my fucking god. Now they can do it. They can do it. I can't stop them.
Not on my watch. This is my responsibility.
I have to play fast, but I want to be getting value out of my hero power, but I can't. So swipe, Starfall, I'm fucked. Starfire even, I'm fucked. Kills my 5-5. My 4-4, sorry.
You call that
Now that kills my 4-4, something else gets buffed. Hey! What? Oh, you have Starfire, some other spell damage in hand, right? So this is a commitment to attacking my face, exactly as I said. Playing around Avenge often means that your opponent has to straight up attack your face constantly. And if they have the power to do that, they put themselves in an amazing position.
I've got the beast in my sights.
See? They're just developing more cards to attack my face. So the lowest amount I can do.
This
So
is my responsibility.
wait, hang on. Just in case, I don't want to miss lethal. I don't think I have any possibility of having it though. So that's 7, 11, 16, 20. No, I don't have lethal. So this kills this. Most effective trade it can make. This kills this. Most effective trade it can make. I'm gonna say that I think my opponent has some way to, like, kill me in hand. So I can't use the Truce of a Champion. Maybe I can use the Truce of a Champion to remove the Haunted Creeper. Okay. That makes sense.
For justice.
It stops either of these going down to swipe AoE range. Because this one has to go down to swipe AoE range, so I don't want everything else down on it as well. Also, Starfire costs 6, so Starfire does 5 damage, and then Shapeshift costs the amount of mana to hit my face. It would be 8, right, to do that amount. And there's also... That's Avenge. Starfire does cost 6, right? Or am I dumb? I mean, I know I'm dumb, but am I that dumb? Did I dumb it up? This'll never heal at less, so actually I want to do that as quickly as I can. I'm doing this partly to heal myself as well. But also because I have another Truce of a Champion in hand and I need to be pushing damage. But also the Druid of the Claw does 4 damage in charge mode. Yeah, it does 4 damage in both modes, but it does 4 damage in charge mode. That would take 5 mana, so my opponent had a maximum likely output of damage that turn, on turn 7, as 5. I mean, Swipe does 4 as well, and then Hero Power does 1. So 4, 1, 4, 1, or 5, nothing. Mm-hmm. It's a shame. I'm gonna have to trade something very important against that. Like, one of these two. Because I can't hit it with a weapon, and this won't kill it. I need some supplementary form of damage.
What to do?
And I can't rely on drawing a supplementary form of damage, because I don't really have that many. My deck is about playing minions on the field and having them stick.
Time waits for no one.
I can't even play that. Can't I? Now I can.
For justice.
I have to attack the face for the heal. The problem is, Swipe plus Hero Power now kills me. Starfire kills me instantly. All of the things I was talking about my opponent only being able to do on turn 7, they now can kill me. I have a total of 8 plus 5, which is not lethal. As I mean, like, there's no significant difference between 4 health and 5 health right now. Because if my opponent can do 3 damage to me, they're going to be doing 4 damage to me anyway, so the Hero Power will clean shit for them. That ends my game. I would need a very significantly powerful taunt for this not to end my game. I can get to a maximum of 5 health next turn. If I leave the creature there, if I kill the creature, I can get to a maximum of 1. Yeah, I definitely need to taunt. There's nothing else I can do. Come on. Here we fucking go. Taunts all.
The battle! The battle! The battle!
Buff. Buff, buff, buff. Avenge, hit this guy. Or this guy. Okay. Yep. I'm 2 damage off lethal.
Justice. Reporting for duty. For justice. The battle! The battle!
I was 1 damage off lethal. Enhancer Meccano, 6. Weapon, 4. 1 damage off lethal. Oh! I survived! For 1 turn, now I'm dead. But I survived for that turn. Oh well.
Avenge. Well played. Reporting for duty. Well played.
Hero power kills me. You just... I want to see how this turns out. They just... No, they're not going to. They're going to attack the best.
My thanks to you.
Ah, well. I had to play that turn after. Yeah, my Guardian of Kings had summoning sickness that turn, so there was actually no way I could have played the... But then, I think there was no way I could have played that end better. They needed that swipe to win them the game. Because it removed the 6-1 as well as doing 4 damage to my face. Literally, that was the only thing that would have won them the game. Oh well. I still had fun. It was a fun match. See, I have fun in matches like that. It's just like when you get to make a lot of tactical decisions and they clearly make a very significant difference to the game. The matches I don't have fun in are when you make a lot of tactical decisions and then your opponent plays a big card and you lose. And there's nothing you could have done to predict or defend against it. Those ones suck ass.
Well met.
Greetings.
Well met.
I fight.
Reporting for duty.
Opponent is still 1 turn away from being able to use the muster for battle because they used the coin last turn. Fine.
The battle.
Cool. This lets me get out an Argent Protector and use my Argent Protector to defend my Shade of Naxxramas for its first hit. That is a really important ability, being able to defend my Shade of Naxxramas on the first hit it makes. It kind of like assures that it goes 2-1.
Not on my watch.
Reporting for duty.
Would it have been smarter to use Avenge? So I'd end up with a 5-4 after my opponent attacked. No. It wouldn't have been because True Super Champion's too much of a threat. Yeah, that would have been way too much of the trap. So that's fine, because I've got Spectral Knight next turn, and then I've got Sunwalker. I've got a lot of targets that are just horrible to want to hit with your thing. Strength Tiger, actually.
This is my responsibility.
I won't even give you the ability to hit it. Literally all of my targets have more than 4 health right now, so the True Civvy Champion is so decreased in value against me.
Reporting for duty.
I got a perfect response for that as well. If my opponent has Black Knight, I'm gonna be a sad man.
To battle.
Okay.
Truth
I can tell you what secret it isn't. It isn't anything that isn't Avenge. It's Avenge. Okay. So to play around that, we basically don't want to trigger it. Because the amount of stats you give to an opponent's creature after triggering Avenge is absurd. That breaks the shield.
I've got a huge.
That's rough. Really? Aren't you an interesting fellow? I wouldn't have done that. I don't think I have the balls to have done that. Now I have a Stranglethorn Tiger in hand that is going to be able to basically sit in wait. And be able to strike the final 5 damage. It's my hope that my opponent doesn't have any taunts, because when you have taunts combined with Avenge, you force your opponent to give you a buff, which is absurd. They have to clear the taunt, and then they have to give you a buff. It becomes very hard to deal with. And now I win, right? Oh, I have to. Come on. Wind Fury on this one? Really? Oh my god.
Me smash you.
It didn't miss.
Me smash you.
No! No! I was so close.
To battle.
Avenge, and then I'll actually make this one the one that's hidden, because then Consecrate plus attack doesn't stop my, stop anything. Plus, if Consecrate happens, this one will get buffed. Because it'll survive the initial barrage of Consecration.
My eyes are open.
Oh no. If anything dies, I've still won, so. Oh, that's no Consecration. Oh, it's a Rusty Horn! No matter what that triggers on, I win. Oh, that's a really good target for a trigger.
To battle. For justice.
Well played.
Well played.
It was redemption? That whole time, it was redemption. I was certain it was Avenge. You so rarely see redemption that when it is played, it's a severe shock to the system. It's like electrodes to the nuts. Surprisingly enjoyable. Seeing redemption, that is. Well. I wonder if I just keep this and get it framed and just put it up behind me. It's in reverse, so you'll only be able to read it that way. This is from last episode when I did something that was dumb, and then I wrote a sign. I am a dumb dude. Because it's true. I find more often than not, I could just look at this and go, you know what? That art speaks to me. Literally, and it says that I am a dumb dude.
You asked for it.
I will fight.
This is a good opening hand. I'm gonna throw that and keep the rest. I'm considering coining out the Gilbin. It's so bad against Chugga Chugga though. I think the meta is aggressive enough that if I don't do this, I might actually have a higher chance of losing, even if I do face Chugga. No Chugga Chugga. Don't play a 2-3 at all. Play a 3-2 and let me trade. Just say, oh, well, he's just gonna trade, it'll be fine. And then I'll Argent Protect and hit it. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
I forgot that it would be gone, so yeah. I forgot that I could have done a Argent Protection after. Anyway, at least I get to Argent Protect my 4/4. Wearing headphones too much. Whoa, this is gonna be really good. I've got a 50% chance for this to be an amazing turn.
Not on my watch.
The battle.
I'm actually going to play the Avenge rather than anything else, because I feel like if my opponent is going to use Flame Cannon or Frostbolt as removal, they won't have any...
Not on my watch. This is my responsibility.
Well played.
The only really good way to play around Avenge is to use AoE. You know, that thing I have none of.
Me smash you.
This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility.
Truth is my shield.
What is it with getting to part 2? And then, like, we're like, chicka 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 chicka. What is it with part 2 and what I guess was my reenactment of the Hindenburg? It's astounding. No Flame Strike. You don't do that ping if you've got Flame Strike.
Join or die.
Oh.
Or both.
Trade a card for a card. Oh, trade both. Well, not trade both.
Me smash you. Wait.
That was actually the worst outcome as well. Yep.
This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility.
That was actually the worst outcome for a number of reasons, but it gave my opponent a card. If it hit... Although I did need to try and push the damage to the face.
Are you ready for this? Reporting for duty.
I think the only way I win this game is to stall for 10 more turns. And then have my Shade of Naxxramas win the game for me. Let's watch together as that doesn't happen. Lovely. Did I ever tell you my favorite flavor of Archmage? If that's counterspell or duplicate, I immediately lose. Well. It's not mirror entity, sorry. It's counterspell. It's spellbender. Ah.
Justice.
I have no way to push enough damage to... Do I have enough way to push damage to the face? Fuck it, I might as well try. I lose in all scenarios of me clearing because I have just such a huge card deficit. So I need to rely on my opponent not having AoE, not having enough to clear anything except the, you know, these two, obviously, because those clear this and then that clears this. And then I draw my True Silver Champion and I attack to the face multiple times. And I also need my opponent not to heal themselves and not have taunts.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
You gotta be kidding me!
That's gonna make it slightly harder. Okay. So it looks at this point that my opponent has to leave a 3/5 on the field, which means that if I draw Truth of a Champion, I win the game. I have 2 Truth of a Champions left in my deck. My opponent just top decked 3 cards. But they can't play anything that costs more than 3 mana. No, more than 4. Because of this dude. Venture. So all of my opponent's minions are costing 3 more than they would, so Sludge Belcher can't be played this turn. Senjin Master can.
Dingo! Yes!
I got True Silver Champion. I'm gonna feel really bad, because I would have had lethal.
For justice. Reporting for duty.
Yep, that clears that. My opponent can play minions for full cost. They also ping that, which means that they have 5 health, and I need to get through 5 health with a stick that does 4. They can play any creature of any size. Ice Lance. Excellent. That permanently freezes my character, meaning I'm never going to be able to play the... never going to be able to use the True Silver Champion to strike in any fashion.
Reporting for duty.
That wasn't Mirror Image. If my opponent has Flame Cannon, they win the game. Top deck the taunt, of course. don't be Ice Barrier or Ice Block.
My magic is tearing you apart.
Hey, I know I top decked the fucking silence at the end there, and I know that that was the thing that flipped it, but they top decked so much before. And I top decked the Stranglethorn Tiger as well. Hey, it was okay. They did the fucking Kazon Mystic play in the early game, and that kind of ruined my entire game. So, as far as I'm aware, it was fair. Never had a Kazon Mystic hit. Ever.
Uther versus Jaina.
Brentos. Why don't you start off your morning with a big bowl of Brentos? No. Excellent. Like a curve. That's a curve, but it doesn't have a 2, so... That's a better curve. Because now I can coin out a True Super Champion on 4. Sorry, on 3. And by that point, I'll likely have another 4 or something. Why would that be a correct play? Guess if you were going to play a 2-3 immediately after, and you didn't want me to react to it.
I am not a morning person.
Alright, that's definitely worth it.
For justice.
Was it? I just fucked my own curve. Was it worth? I could have had a 2-1, a 2-2. My opponent has a 1-1. They clear that, and then... This does save me, basically, a whole card, though. So... And it also means that no matter what I play next turn, it's strong.
For a little while, I pack a big punch.
For justice.
My opponent can only play something with 3 mana next turn because they're committed to pinging this again. Unless they Cone of Cold, I guess. But if they Cone of Cold, they're not able to develop anything except a 1 mana creature. Don't hit the fucking shade. Three options. 33% chance. I'd just like to reinforce. 33% chance. So, let me tell you how next turn goes. This gets pinged, that attacks that, and then my opponent develops something with 4 mana. Or they develop something with 6 mana. That's another thing that could happen.
For justice.
The only way to win this game is now to go entirely for the face. My opponent still actually has clear, because they attack this goes up to 3, and then they only need a 3 damage spell to clear that. So they could still easily clear my board. Okay. Do you have something specific for this? You just need 1 damage. That's all you need.
You win.
Well played.
Okay. Just looking for that final damage there. Didn't find it. I mean, I'm happy as ever to win a match, but I feel like my opponent could have waited another turn. Because I didn't have lethal. I had 12, they had 16 health. 14 health? Some health. They had more health than I had damage. I would have needed to top deck something. Oh, well, actually, I did have stealth creatures in hand, so unless they had AoE, maybe they knew they didn't have AoE and couldn't deal with stealth creatures. And figured that they just didn't have a good enough hand to win the game. Possible. Jordan!
Begin. I will fight with honor.
That's curvy enough. I'm actually going to drop the Seal of Light because I'd rather pick that up later. Oh, thank you. I'd rather pick up the Seal of Light later because it's not going to fit perfectly into my curve. And at the same rate, it's 4 mana. It's 4 health for 2 mana. And against the Hunter, if I'm going to have to worry about a face race, I would like to have another 4 health. Could save me a turn and save me the game. Going first with the True Super Champion is always fun, especially against Hunters, because on turn 3, they're very likely to play Animal Companion, and 66.6 repeated percent of the time, 2/3 of the time rather, they are going to get a creature that has 4 attack. 4 health. Misha or Leok. And then you can kill it with the True Super Champion and then just hold the other charge. It's quite good. 2 replaced. I have to assume one of them's an Animal Companion, one of them's an early play. I mean, I don't have to assume that, but it's totally fun to. You should try. But you know what they say about presuming things. It makes a pre out of you and me. I think that's how that goes. Okay, Jordan, what do you got? Would not be surprised to see a web spinner in the early game. I just don't want to see anything like a River Croc or just a 2/3, basically. Because that's going to be pretty annoying for my Stone Splinter. Oh, this is perfectly not annoying for my Stone Splinter Trog. I also could have just reinforced, but that doesn't leave anything on the field after this. This means that my opponent needs, you know, some more damage in order to remove my actual field. Yeah, but I won't go into turn 4 with the 2/3 on the field. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, never mind. I was wondering whether or not I might accidentally set myself up for being multi-shot on turn 4, because my opponent would have the Stone Splinter Trog 2/1 and then a 4/2. But the reason that I don't think that's going to happen... Oh, wait, no, my opponent has a coin as well. That could totally happen. So my opponent can cast a spell in order to kill my dude, but for them to cast a spell, there's a certain bar that has to be cleared. First off, it means they won't be able to develop anything this turn, which would put me in a great position because I'd have the Mech Yeti out next turn. But I mean, they could coin. They could use a coin and then drop something with 4 mana. That is their strongest play. Actually, I didn't even consider they still had the coin, so I'm an idiot. I should have played around that. Coin's gonna fuck me over. If they have a strong 4, I'm gonna be really sad about this. Hey, at least they can't coin multi-shot. Because as soon as you coin, you kill the Stone Splinter Trog, and then the multi-shot can't trigger because there's not going to be 2 targets on the field.
Quickly.
That's not a coin. That is. Some people like going to rope every turn. I'm more a fan of no. Nuh-uh. Why would I ever do that? Don't need to. Depends on what my opponent plays as to whether the Stranglethorn Tiger or the Spectral Knight is a better play for me. That makes the Spectral Knight a better play for me.
For justice.
I am taking a lot of damage. Mech Yeti Zombie Chow Argent Squire next turn? Maybe? Problem with that is Unleash the Hounds. Unleash the Hounds suddenly releases 4 go to my face. That would be bad. That would be dangerous. If that's Freezing Trap, I lose the game.
The light protects me.
The reason I lose the game if that's Freezing Trap is because it slows down my tempo to the point that I can't recover. I mean, look at it. We've got 2, 2, 4, so a total of 8, and then this is now 10 because... I can be saved this turn.
I fight.
I need to develop as much as possible. I need to top deck either True Silver Champion or... First off, I need my opponent not to have 1 damage in hand. Then I need to top deck True Silver Champion or Guardian of Kings or Seal of Light in order to keep myself alive. I also need to not have to use that to kill anyone. Cool. Now I need... I can't, actually. There's nothing I can do.
Well played. The victory.
There we go. 6-3. It's better than I thought it was. In fact, it's twice as good as I thought it was. I was going to go 3-3 as far as I was concerned. But then again, last arena I thought I was going to go 7-3 and then I went 3-3. Maybe I just should have swapped my predictions. I would have been much more pleased with that. Or maybe I should just not make predictions. Or make low predictions only. That would be a good one. Because then I always am happy that I've surpassed them very severely. Excellent. Let's open this pack at the very end of the episode. What's going to be the name of that deck? It's got to be Avenge. Avenge, Revenge? Avenge? Oh! That's like 100 dust. Excellent. Divinity has gone offline, and similarly we're going to be doing so. My name's Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone Arena. The name of the deck has been, what did I say I was going to call it? Avenge, Revenge. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. If you have, please click like. It does help get my content out to new people. There's also a playlist in the description down below with all my Hearthstone ranked, all of my Hearthstone Arena, and all of my Hearthstone adventures. And hopefully we'll see you next time.